Hello, welcome to Big Angry Plays Final Fantasy XIV. Today I'm going through the story missions on my way up to the Heavensward expansion. I had taken probably about 9 months off of the game, and there were a lot of story quests that I missed out on, even though, as you can see here, I have level 50 in all classes except for Rogue, because I left before Rogue came out. I had been playing a little bit. As you can see, I've got 152,000 XP in level 50 Monk, which, you know, that's all from the story quests that I've been doing. Hopefully today going to get through Shiva, which is where I've left off. I just finished Snowcloak, which is the dungeon that is mandatory in the progression of the story missions. Hold on just a sec while I turn down the volume on the mic. That should be more palatable for everyone. Anyway, I've been working on these story quests. Snowcloak is the mandatory dungeon of the 2.5 patch, which shows Shiva and a lot of work here in Kurthus. Kurthus being the zone that I'm in, Kurthus Central Highlands. Moving forward in the patches will be patch 2.55. And that has the Steps of Faith trial, which I have not done yet. I have not done any of this content yet, so it's new to me. It may not be new to you, but it's certainly new to me. Which, good or bad, I'm hoping good. I've watched a video on how to run Shiva, which I've mostly forgotten, but hopefully it won't be that bad. Shiva is the next piece of content that I will be doing boss-wise. Shiva is the something or other arena, which is covered in ice, naturally, because Shiva is a primal in this game that is ice-based. As you can probably tell by the surroundings I'm in here, there is a lot of snow. You know, no spoilers or anything, but there is a lot of snow. Right now I'm going to be pursuing the heretics, heretics being the worshippers of Shiva. They're trying to summon Shiva to end the war between the Ishgardians and the dragons in probably a very Watchmen-esque capacity, meaning that they summon Shiva and it kind of takes the Ishgardians and the dragons' minds off of killing each other and more into killing Shiva. A lot of the same way that, you know, spoiler alert, Ozymandias did with the giant frickin' octopus alien type thing that he created in the book, or the nuclear bomb in the movie. Anyway, moving on, I am going to be moving from here, Camp Dragonhead, to about White Brim Front for level 50 for the greater good. I'm going to get that underway now because it is a bit of a trek, even on Chocobo. And like I said the last time, my Chocobo's name is Avalon, and my character's name is Kaylee Blacksworn. It's pronounced Kaylee, it's spelled Sealid. It is Gaelic. And if you haven't joined me for the last edition of this game played, there is a lot of non-voiced cutscenes. So I do my best to voice them. I've been a voiceover actor in the past, in college, doing voiceover for, I was in film school, well, technically television school, screw those film people, television for life, and I did a lot of voiceovers for friends and their projects, and for projects that I worked on. So hopefully, you know, I can breathe a little life into the soundless cutscenes. There's a 3rd unit Brave. Also, I've been out of practice for a while, so don't expect the, you know, voices to be that great, but I do what I can with what I have. Dolls balls, my ankle's on fire. Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through the Danifin Pass. Hurry and you might catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. This snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. Over this direction is the Danifin Pass. As you can see on the bottom of the map there. Chinchillas. Quite a nuisance when you're at level here. I'm level 50, these are level 39, so not really worried. Danifin Pass. Where am I going here? There's the red circle. That's where I want to be. There's going to be a lot of players in the area here for Fates, fast action timed events, which are a lot like the quests in Guild Wars 2, which are, you know, everybody gets credit for contributing even if they're not in a group. Like this right here, the bigger they are, time remaining 4 minutes, progress 0%. Not, you know, technically that one specifically, but interacting with Fresh Prince in West Philadelphia. See, these biasts here are level 45, and they will attack. Not that, you know, I can't dispatch them with the back of my hand. 3rd unit Brave, here we go. And you have to dismount in order to talk to people in this game, so... Scion, what are you doing here? The heretics? I'm not sure. There was a great scaled beast in Yuhase? I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too. And there's a purple barrier around Yuhase here, so that means... I should probably summon up, Hi, Avalon. Who's a good chocobo? How embarrassing! I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I found myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest. And lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? They can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the observatorium. I don't need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. Gee, thanks to you, Hase. Throwing me to the wolves. The observatorium is the first dicasterial observatorium of ethereal, and astrological phenomena. Which is the first hub that you come to in Kurthus. There is no aetheryte crystal there, which, you know, pain in the ass, but there's only one aetheryte crystal in Kurthus Central Highlands, and that's the Camp Dragonhead one. Suspicious Kurthan. I'm through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those bluecoats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Huh? Well, stay with her then, if you think you'll fare any better. No, there's no need for that. Ugh. There are places like these in my homeland, sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Lady Yugiri! Let your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it is drunk deep. No, I have done no wrong! None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will, we shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Damn it all! Ugh. Fancy meeting you here, Kaylee. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither? What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yugiri and her shinobi, we may never have discovered this connection. Master Alphinaud is too kind. I fear my people have done little to aid your search for this spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land, to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. Lady Yugiri, editor's note, is the leader of the Domans, who are from Doma, from the east, who, their entire nation was destroyed by the Garleans, which are basically the evil empire of this game. The days ahead in the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills. Oh my god, really? Skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. That is a most generous offer, Lady Yugiri, and one which I gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, Kaylee. Let us wait inside for Captain Ilbert to return and deliver his report. Nice Taken reference. Quickly, there's no time! Captain Ilbert seems confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble when pressed. If so, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary's cunning, I should consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The gods know we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is. There we go, Gloam Tavern. Let's see if that is an upgrade here. 34 to 39, 34 to 39, 39 to 46, 38 to 41, and 19 to 20. It's a minimal upgrade, kind of, but it'll do. It'll do. I have the weathered version, so this is the non-weathered version. What I'm more excited about is the fact that after this quest, I get the, what's-my-deal? The Scholar/White Mage version of the chest, which will really help my Scholar and White Mage gear quite a bit. Captain Ilda, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us not that we did not know already of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him, we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came upon to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with the benefactors, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the deaths of the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Fortan. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to the merchant. I think we can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved at least. But what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prissing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider then that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say that the agent is among Raubon's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames' establishment? 'Tis the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred before the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. Wow. To slip into a position of authority unremarked, and remain above suspicion all these years. Aye, I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Ul'dah was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa and Gridania had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership, only the banner was different. So, not so with the Flames. Ul'dah's military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Raubon faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, I would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now, The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the monetarists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, 'twas not out of charity they did so, but simple self-preservation. Had Nell Vendarnus' ambitions been any less apocalyptic, You may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Raubon with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Returning to the present. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second to send to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Ermic, informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abettors. Hopefully the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Kaylee. As the realm's stoutest champion, 'tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has given us a consent, lest you worry. Let it never be said that Final Fantasy games are short on story. Like me, you were doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart, but until another path to her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Minfilia and the Archons, which is a great band name by the way, are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Until such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go ahead to Gridania in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Nova Casolta, and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand together. And off we go to Gridania. Okay, off to the Lotus Stand, which is right next to Aethernet Conjurer's Guild. Hopefully this will be a voiced cutscene. My thanks for coming, Kaylee. When you are ready, speak with the Conjurer yonder. She will show us to the Lotus Stand. The Alliance leaders await you at the Lotus Stand. Will you be joining them now? Proceed to the Lotus Stand. Yes, I will.
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Who?
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis, yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
That's not very nice. Them some shoulder pads.
'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
Dramatic. He had to win. He had the yellow eyes.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartno dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it. If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
It will not have escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite their protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of a resurgent Garlemald is not enough to stir them. And the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust amongst the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little unless to the common folk. Take the Luminsons, for instance. Though Admiral Merlwyb outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swilling, wooden-legged cutthroats. In likewise, the Redanians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Uldans scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take that pillar of Uldan society, Talaji el-Daji, for example. But that is beside the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders, whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Contino is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing. Let us speak of a more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke at the Observatorium, Captain Ilbert has further shortened his list of suspects, and by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate has lately come to Gridania. The hunt nears its end, Kaylee. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilbert near the Adder's Nest. He will give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Kurthis, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. Actually, I think this exit right here will take me close to the Adder's Nest. And it did. Wrong way there, but that's okay, I'm sprinting. Here's Ilbert. My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. There's the Gloam Tabard. Hooray, hooray! Go from 104 to 105. Oh, insufficient. May as well repair, get these in the high hundreds. And there we go. Let's see, Daystar Robe. 110 item level. Let's switch over to Scholarly. Take a look at comparing. Oh, that is a massive upgrade. Wow. Let's try it on in the... Ooh! That's pretty. That is pretty. I like that. Switch back to Monkery. Listen well. The spy we've been seeking all this time is none other than the Flame Marshal Eileen Royale, Ralbon's second-in-command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flame, she was the mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm has to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she's the highest-ranking foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Raubon chose people based on their worth, whence they hailed was of no interest. The Monetarists saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And 'twas no secret they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially after the way the Holy See forsook the Alliance. Yet the Monetarists did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Royale was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the Monetarists? But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Royale's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Raubon attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being in Gridania, yet she is here nonetheless, on some pretenses. She is up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trolling the Flames records for evidence of Royale's guilt. But if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks, every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? Yup. You have my thanks. Let us go then, and take care not to alert our quarry. Where am I going here? Okay, to the 8th right. Royale is headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. So, Royale has entered the Carline Canopy. Meeting someone, perchance? Or could it be she means to board an airship? Pray look for her within. If she is not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. Femme is her name. She'll remain here until in case Royale appears. I shall remain here in case Royale appears. I'm going to stand on a table so as not to be suspicious. Oh, come on, I can't jump down there? Femi. Kaylee Blacksworn, such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant. No, she didn't come this way. I've noted every passenger, and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. See, she's a good spy. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you're sure she didn't board an airship? She did not come back out either. Where in the seven hells could she have gone? The Roost! How could I forget? Rhalgr, strike me down for a fool. I will search the premises. While I do that, I need you to speak with the men I posted at the 3 main gates in the pier. find out whether there's been any suspicious activity, and then meet me at the Aetheroid Plaza. Nothing to report at this gate, my lady. No one resembling the suspect has been here, my lady. That's one down. And yes, my Lalafell voice needs work. It sounded more like a Lollipop Guild than a Lalafell. Lancers Guild is right next to the pier. No, madam. A few Elysian women did leave on the last ferry, but none of them matched the suspect's description. Okay. Off to the Conjurer's Guild. The suspect? Haven't seen her. Let's check with one of the others. No, madam, the suspect didn't come this way. Given how little traffic passes through this gate, I would have noticed if she tried to slip by. Or how little traffic. Well, have there been any sightings? Nothing. Damn it all. I turned the roost upside down, but Royale was nowhere to be found. The innkeeper told me she had availed herself of a room, but no one saw her leave. She has donned some manner of disguise, of that there can be no doubt, but as to where she's gone... Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Muntai tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Perhaps another time, friend. Wait. That necklace. You're a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Royale would have disappeared without a trace. Daystar robe, yes please. Scholarly first. Eye level 100. Nice. Where do I have that? I don't know. I can take the summer halter top out. And I already did that, so white majory. I do love this outfit. This jacket is so awesome. It's a glamour that I have of the Acolyte's robe from, I believe, Sestasha? Sestasha Normal. So yeah, either that or Copperbell Mines. I think they all have the same loot table. But going to go with Daystar Robe goes from a 96 to 93, but then that's because I don't have a hat on. Daystar Circlet 102, 96 to 102. Hot damn. I do not have the, what's my deal? Relic weapon for White Mage, because Titan Hard Mode, back when I was playing, was really annoying, and I just didn't have the intestinal fortitude to, run it as a healer. So, even though I did get it on Scholar, probably because I had one of my White Mage friends carry me through, but, you know. Ooh, you got carried. Whatever. I got it done. And that's the important part. See, I have the Omnilex. I don't have any advanced relic weapons. I forget what they're called, but, you know, the ones where you have to farm the shards and then you have to do all those quests and whatnot. I don't have any of those because I left right around when those were just starting to come in. Yeah. How am I lower on Scholar than I am on White Mage? It's the same damn gear. Oh, okay. It's the earrings, right? Yeah. Gloam earrings. Why am I... No, not Gloam. No. Hero's earrings of slaying. No. Not slaying, healing. Healing. 100. There. I don't know. I should probably put the bikini bottoms back in there too. Alright, well, it has been 50 minutes and 25 seconds or so since the start of the broadcast, so I believe I'm going to cut this off right now. Well, not right now, but I will be back later on today with more Final Fantasy XIV in the Race to Heavensward. This is BigAngry Plays. Thanks for joining. Final Fantasy XIV, patch 2.5 stuff, and I will be back next time. See you then.